All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So, I wanted to sit down and do one of these celebration reviews. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit late to this, but things are still pretty fresh. So, at the end of the celebration, we kind of like examine the way like people are thinking about stuff, look at some of the characters, and then kind of we could use that as a basis like for the future too. So this is going to be about the celebration, the New Year's celebration, right? So, kind of like the very last couple of days of December 2025, going up to right around the start of the countdown campaign. So let's go ahead and jump in. First character we got is the AGL Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1. They're definitely a great... I don't think... Yeah, it looks like I didn't even end up getting my votes in on these before... kind of like the polling had ended, but I would agree that this is a great character. This is one of the better TURs in the game. This character is outstanding. Obviously, I mean, the superhero team has continued to be buffed a lot since they came out too. So there's going to be many different ways we could rock them. The reason I mentioned superheroes being entirely relevant to them is the one sort of like downside to them. It's a huge difference in this character's performance if we have a superhero ally next to them. I have found that this has kept me from using this character as much as I would like when I'm doing like other unit showcases and stuff. I feel like it's oftentimes not as easy to just toss this character onto the team as I would like, but it is what it is. They're still really good. Gohan has that Senzu, which is ridiculous. I mean, this is one of the stronger actives I think that exists in the game. That's not like, some crazy, 999999999 damage active skill or something like that, right? This is really good. Overall, this character is just fantastic, right? And, by the way, Gohan is essentially invincible to melee supers. Dokkan has done a pretty good job over the last... basically since GDC, of really involving nullifications into team building and strategy with the difficult fights. That is something that's good. One major problem I have with Dokkan is back when Tech Gogeta came out in the middle of 2021, they changed it. Super attack classifications used to be Ki Blast or not, essentially. That's what it was. And then when Tech Gogeta came out, they split it into 4 categories: Ki Blast, Melee, Weapon, and then I call it Other or Undefined or whatever it is that we want to say. A lot of times, very nasty bosses end up having an Other type super attack, or characters with very elaborate super attack animations end up having an Other type super attack, right? So to me, this makes the fight a little bit less engaging when we can't do a nullification for it. So I do wish they would really move away from these. Sorry for the cough, but they just move away from this. I wish they would. All right, but fantastic. STR Gamma 2 and Power Awakening Piccolo. Man, I feel as though I would want to. I know Gamma 2 does die a lot, but what I want, so Gamma 1 and Gohan, they get a 10. I feel like this character, 7, 8, or 9 is all applicable. I'd give him a 7, an 8, or a 9, any of the 3. So we got him here as a 7 or 8 is what people overwhelmingly voted for. Okay. I think a 7, 8, or 9 does kind of nail it pretty good. This is one of those characters where they do, like, Gamma 2 does die a lot, because he opens up pretty defenseless, barely damage reduction, no guard, dodge is only 70% at the start of it, so he could get killed easily. But, like, once he gets going, and then once you have the ability to swap to Orange Piccolo as well, this character really can be very good. They're doing really nice support all over the place. I just am generally very favorable to this character. Despite the fact that, we run them 10 times. 2 of them are just a miserable Gamma 2 instant death. And then the other 8, the character is really, really good. but I feel like they are providing so much that I could live with like the two, early losses to Gamma 2's terribleness, and then how they're able to perform after that. Gamma 1, it's funny. I want to take a look at this. They got him as a 7 or an 8. Okay. I bet you if this poll was redone right now, I bet you he would come in even lower, the voting for him. I would go something like a 5, 6, 7, or 8 in there. I feel like I probably would give Gamma 1 a good. I think I'd probably give him like a 7. I think probably feels good to me. But here's the thing with Gamma 1. It depends, like, there's a lot of RNG with him. It depends on how the fight goes, straight up. If the fight starts and, he gets hit, then he's built up right here, and then you're ready to go. No matter what anyone ever tries to say ever, any character that this is just horrible to have. This is just, every character that has this. What is a character that has this? This is always bad. These guys, like this guy and Orange Piccolo, they had this ability from 2022 when they came out. But this is, you never want this. This is horrible. It's a horrible ability. Like, having to get hit is just terrible. Especially for a defensive character like this, who we, of course, would want to pummel, dodge all over him. And then it's just, but the damage he takes before he gets hit, like the first hit he takes so much damage, dude. And I don't know, maybe similar-ish to like STR Gamma 2. It's just kind of like if the first couple of moments of Gamma 1 in the fight goes well, then he's really good. But if it doesn't go well at the start, well, he's obviously not very good. So that's kind of how that's it. Like, it's like you got to hope that things kind of go well right at the start of the fight. He does also have a melee super attack nullification, by the way, which of course is a big deal. So that's pretty good. But there's a huge range you could give him. I probably would give him like a 7 myself. Gamma 2, I think he's easy. Just either a 10 or a 9. Yeah, this looks good. A 10 or a 9. I don't know that we really need to talk about him too much. This was just kind of, I don't have a problem with this. So with their original release, Gamma 1 was significantly better. And Gamma 1 was like one of the best TURs legit for almost like 2 years. Like, not quite 2 years, but like a year and a half or something. Gamma 1 was so crazy. One of the legendary characters of all time. Gamma 2 fell off quick, but they really gave Gamma 2 a nice kit here, right? Both Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are supporting, but this guy, it's just much easier. Like, Gamma 1 has to go in slot 1, where, bosses are supering for 50 billion damage nowadays. Gamma 2, we could just chill in slot 2. We easily build up. He's got dodge. He has a Ki Blast nullification as well. This guy just generally feels much better than Gamma 1. One thing about Gamma 1, too, is that he is an AGL Gamma 2 merchant. This ability felt like it is imperative for Gamma 1 to be effective. You pretty much do have to run him as a rotation with this guy with that extra damage reduction. Gamma 1 gives extra dodge to Gamma 2, but it doesn't feel like this guy's reliant on Gamma 1 to be good. Whereas Gamma 1, to me, has felt like he's reliant on this Gamma 2. It does feel that way, yeah. But alright, yeah, so there's that. I don't think we need to talk about Gamma 2 much. He's very good. 9 or a 10. 9 or a 10. Super EZA Goku. Now, this is kind of silly because obviously this guy releases on Global in June. Because here's the thing. They allowed players to Super EZA this Goku. Remember, okay, so I should explain this, by the way. The Goku, I guess, this site isn't displaying it, but if we head over here, this is the same character. It's just an alternate art, right? Like, they give you this guy as the 4,000 day login bonus. You just get that alternate art. You're just handed that, right? Here you go, boom. 4,000 day login bonus. You've now got this character. But they give you the Super EZA for this guy, once you're at 2,000 days logged in. But, I mean, I feel like they could have just given it to Global at the same time, too. But they decided not to give this to Global until Global Dokkan actually hit 4,000 days, which is in June. Personally, I disagree with the decision. I think they should have just dropped him on both versions at the same time. I found this guy to be pretty good. Yeah, 6, 7, 8 in that range. He's a nice little orb changer. He could heal. He's got some multiple turn support. I found like this guy could actually be a little bit effective. I mean, we had some good runs with this guy. Again, he's got some dodge and stuff like that. He could do some good stuff. This guy right here. This, super EZA 1,000-day Goku. Physical Ultimate Gohan, I would give him a 10 or a 9. I think a 10 or a 9 is fine. Yeah, 94% people vote very favorable for him. This guy's original release, he had many issues, and they completely fixed all of these issues. He has just guard as well. They gave him a shit ton of damage reduction. I mean, this guy is just really quite effective. He's just a genuinely really strong character. He's probably going to be very effective, I would imagine, for a little while this year. This guy is a great EZA. He might be kind of like the best character leaving that New Year's celebration, like the one who we will be able to get the most use out of, I bet. Because the other thing about him, too, remember, that AGL Ultimate Gohan and Gamma 1, they're an elite character, but that superhero category restriction can be tight. This guy doesn't have nothing like that. He's got a nullification. Remember, Cell Max is one of the trickier fights in the game, and Gohan is quite literally invincible to Cell Max, right? It's not until his third rotation where, Cell Max could even potentially even touch him. It's like this guy is really good. They fix all of his major issues he had pre coming out. All right, next is Orange Piccolo. I am much higher on this guy than other people. I think people are a little too... Because this guy is maybe the strongest character of all time. His original release. So, people kind of like just gaslight themselves into thinking that he's going to be anything like that. You could never tell with these EZAs. I mean, Physical Ultimate Gohan is 1,000 times better on EZA than he was on release. But even his EZA, I wouldn't say he wasn't, oh my god, he's hard number one. I mean, Ultimate Gohan is great, but he's not better than Goma. It's not better than the Blues, right? But like, I have minimal criticisms I can even give that Gohan. I do think it's nuts. I feel like people were just like, unless Piccolo was that again, they weren't going to be happy. And it's just like some of you guys got to understand, you're boxing yourself into a corner of being perpetually miserable. Like, you're not allowing yourself even a chance. Because there's no way they were going to give this guy, like, dude, like, think about it, like, logically, reasonably, for 2 seconds, right? Like, no. So, with this Piccolo, I think kind of like, you could, I'd defend him, but I think you could probably get to like 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. You could hit a huge... this voting looks good to me. That, like, this doesn't look bad. I would say you could get to a 9, 7 or 8, probably where I would put him, and then you could probably get to like a 6, maybe a 5. Oh, my angel messed up. This should say bad, right? Oh no, my angel. Yeah, I mean, I probably think like a 7 or an 8 is where I would get him. I feel like you could make a case down. Now, remember, he is a victim of having, in my opinion, one of the worst things a character could have right now, which is this. This is just, it's just, because, like, the fight starts, and it's like, if you don't get him in front of the attacks to get built up, you're just gonna die later. It's just frustrating to deal with. It's very frustrating to have to deal with characters that have to get hit. And you don't control enemy attack patterns, where they're attacking. It just is very annoying to deal with. And that's like the difference between Gamma 1. Gamma 2 just drops down. You put him in slot 2 or 3. He does 1 billion attacks. He's supporting. He's built up instantly from doing his attacks in slot 2. Whereas this guy, it's so easy for you to get fucked because he's got this ability. Now, characters could definitely be enhanced if you could dodge as well, but I mean, this even if it was for every attack received or dodged, if you're not like a dominant hard slot 1, it's still gonna end up being frustrating. Now the other thing too, they didn't make his base as strong as it was when he first came out. I will say this though, Orange Piccolo is almost just as good as when he first came out. The only thing, so people will say, oh my god, I gotta watch it for 50 minutes and then he does no damage. That's not actually entirely true. I think his damage is actually pretty good in Orange Piccolo, except if they have a damage threshold, his damage is not gonna be good or bad, it's gonna be 0. Right? But if the boss doesn't have a damage threshold, he will cancel boss abilities while doing at least a decent amount of damage. So he can still be very good. The problem for this character has nothing to do with Orange Piccolo. It's really, for me, it's this. This is where you're going to have issues with this guy, right? Having to get hit. Okay. The Artificial Lifeform Red Zone. This is the biggest thing. By the way, that celebration did not have a ton of characters, which is normal, by the way. That's what the New Year's celebration before the anniversary typically does look like. We just had the 6 characters, the superhero movie characters. That's it, right, for that celebration. The Artificial Lifeform Red Zone, I bet a lot of these grades would be way different as time has gone on. I remember thinking people were overdoing it with Bio Broly. We did a whole video about it. I said, I think Bio Broly is a terrible fight if it's just a stepping stone to wiping out the entire game with power creep. But that's not what happened. So I think Bio Broly is actually a great fight. It's a great fight in the mix with everything. So let's take a look at these. Metal Rildo, I mean, I feel like it's kind of like an underwhelming fight. Metal Rildo and Baby are kind of just like meaningless fight. Like it's just like they just sit there and you just fuck their ass. That's what those fights are. There's nothing going on, really, I would say. Metal Cooler, I think it's an 8 or a 9 fight for me. I love doing the Metal Cooler fight. I'm running this, the locking is like the strongest boss mechanic for sure, right? Like many of these videos, like I've been pumping out, we've been doing a lot of showcases that are near an hour. Today, I'm going to plan on doing another one of these later today. I don't know if this video I'm recording right now will be the first one that'll go up today, but I'm going to do another one of these ones right here with the Realm of Gods theme. And like, we're definitely doing the Metal Cooler Core fight. Like, I love that fight. I think it's a great fight. So like a 9 or an 8 is where I would land on that. Bio Broly. See, this is funny. This is people overreacting. This is a great fight. It's like a 9 or an 8. Bio Broly, I would argue is kind of balanced well. Because the difficult gimmick, where is it? Right here. The difficult gimmick for Bio Broly, it's just that he hits hard. That's it. He doesn't, like, if he was locking and had AoEs and had dodge cancel and all this shit, sure, but his damage is, like, way above every other boss, but that's literally all he does. He just hits hard. I think it's a good fight. Like, it's a good fight. This is people overreacting right here. Easily. It's nowhere near bad. Not even close. It could have been bad, right? Like, if we would get a vote for Tamagami 1, boy, like, I'd have to vote it back. Tamagami 1 as he seals you, stuns you, AoE, dodge cancel, right? Like, that's bad. Bio Broly is a well-designed fight, man. I'm sorry, it is. I thought it was scary when it came out because, for sure, if this is just a stepping stone and like Cell Max completely invalidates this fight and then 11th anniversary power creep is going to be crazy. But Cell Max did not invalidate this fight. It's like a companion, like they're like companion fights, right? The different characters have different strengths and weaknesses in the fights. And 11th anniversary, I mean, maybe for good or for bad, didn't push power creep. Certainly, I think now we're definitely ready for like a little bit of a jump. Dude, the power creep discussion is very difficult to have because it's like the game becomes a lot more exciting for us, oh my god, the obsessed Dokkan players who are playing every day. Like a crazy difficult fight that shakes up the meta is so exciting, and oh my god, so much is going on. But for like casual players, it sucks when, oh, every single character in my box is bad now. So like there is a yin and a yang to it. They can't just be constantly busting power creep like crazy. But the artificial life form red zone, while it is definitely the hardest stuff in the game, it doesn't feel like it's like 80 times harder than like the GDC meta, right? Like it's more difficult, but it's not like a huge power creep jump, right? Like 10th anniversary to GDC was a huge jump in like meta power creep. I don't think GDC to artificial life form was though. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Good fight. I imagine a lot of people voted bad because people don't like bombs, which is valid, right? All right. And then Cell Max, yeah, I think is a good fight. A good fight. Look at these mixed. Look how mixed this is for the Cell Max fight. Like everything is like well represented here. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. I mean, it was okay. Burst modes, I don't know. Burst modes don't do it for me personally. Yeah, even though, I mean, maybe it's just because I didn't get around to doing the crazy Cell Max stuff, like Max Buff's burst mode Cell Max, but I thought it was a very good celebration, yeah. Okay. So there we go. There's that. Again, I'm a little bit late on this, but it's still like it's just a month ago, so we still got the information here. Let me know what you guys think for the New Year's celebration. I thought it was pretty good though. The characters were fantastic. The 2 Dokkan Fests and the 4 EZAs. I mean, the worst EZA is probably Gamma 1. And he could still be very good. And then obviously Gamma 2 and Ultimate Gohan are like really great EZAs. Orange Piccolo, I'd say, is just like a good EZA. So yeah, there's that. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll catch you next time. I definitely look forward to doing the 11th anniversary version of this in a couple of weeks.